for quite a while, and Becky has a swim lesson company called Taylor Made Swimmers. So welcome.
Thank you.
Yep, I'm excited to do this. I wanted to do this for quite a while with her. So why don't you start by giving us a little bit of background on yourself?
Okay, so I grew up swimming in the county, both for fun and competitively, and then I found myself up at UNF on the swim team for the university. And then after graduating, I came back to Sonoma County, and I was a teacher for about 7 years. And then I took a step back, and then I realized I kind of missed the kids, and so I took my two passions, swimming and working with kids, and put them together to teach kids how to swim.
Okay, great. So how did you come up with the idea when you're just in your downtime trying to figure out what you want to do and just realize that you love both of those and
Yeah, so I have a dear friend in a neighboring community that is an instructor. And so one day she was just talking about lessons and her schedule and how it's great she can work with kids, but then she can also be a mom. And so I kind of just came home and said to my husband, hey, what do you think about this? And that was it. He said, sure, go for it.
so he was all on board.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
great.
Yes.
That's great.
Yes.
So, great. So how long have you been doing this?
This will be my third year.
Okay.
Yes.
Great. And so what age groups do you do?
So I do, my slogan per se is any stage, any age. So no matter the age, I start at about 14 months. I like the kids to be able to walk.
Okay.
And so just because they have a little bit more control of their body. And then I also teach adults. So last year I taught a lady in her 40s how to
Wow.
swim for the very first time.
That's great.
Yes.
That's got to be fulfilling as
Yes,
well
it
too.
is. Yes.
Yeah, it's been 40 years and she doesn't know how to swim.
Right.
Yeah, and she was probably great for her because she was probably terrified every time she went near a pool or water
Right.
since she didn't know how to swim.
Right, so I taught her son first. And
Okay.
then she said, well, now my son, who's 7 and knows how to swim, and I don't, and so who's going to take him to the pool? And if
Exactly.
something went wrong, who would help him? So she got motivated and
Right.
learned her skill.
That's great. That's great.
You also teach competitive.
Yes, I also teach competitive
Not
swimmers.
just beginners.
So I teach kids that are part of the Tuscola Tiger Sharks
Oh, cool.
swim team, and I do stroke technique and work on flip turns and starts and just how to get faster in the water, how to be more effective in the water.
Okay, that's awesome. That's awesome. So, which one do you prefer to do?
I like them both for different reasons. I think I'm more myself and not as professional when I'm working competitively because that's just second nature to me.
Right.
I'm comfortable. I don't really know the right word, but I am more cautious, I would say, when I'm working with a younger one.
Right.
Just, I don't know.
Yeah, that's understandable. So do you do, are they individual lessons or are they group lessons or do you do some of both?
I do all individual. So the pool that we swim in is relatively smaller, so I like to just have one-on-one attention. The lessons are 20 minutes each, and so
Okay.
for one session that you would pay for, you get 8 20-minute lessons.
Okay.
Sounds very short, but you can get a lot done with one-on-one instruction. And then for the little kids, 20 minutes is a long time in the water.
Yeah, especially if they're 14 months or
Yes.
under 2 years to keep them, their attention span
Yes.
for longer than that. It could be difficult.
Yes, there's a lot of energy exerted, whether it be from swimming or from not wanting to be there.
Right, exactly. So then, when you say there's a session that is 8 lessons, did you
Yes.
say? So how many sessions would you do? Is it like you do one session and they know how to swim, or is it more than one session?
So the majority of my kiddos can pick it up, can pick up and be about 90% independent by lesson 6.
Okay.
Then lessons 7 and 8, we refresh and we really hone in on the skills that they need to master. I do recommend that they do another session, whether it be back to back, depending on how independent they were or
Okay.
how how dependent they were.
Right.
So if a kid is maybe only mastering 70% of the skills, I would recommend a back-to-back lesson. So another 8 sessions.
Okay.
Or 8 lessons. If the kid is 90% to 100% independent, then I would say maybe at the end of the summer, come back for a refresher lesson. Just to make sure they don't forget the skills.
Right. Okay. So is there a favorite age group you like to work with? Is this fun doing the really young kids or somebody who's 8 or 10?
I love preschoolers because you just don't know what's going to come out of their mouth.
So, that's true. Yeah,
they are really funny. And when they're in a stressful type situation for them, although it's a controlled environment, it's stressful for them. They just say whatever.
So do all of them enjoy it, you think? Or do you have sometimes where some of them are like, no, I really don't want to do this?
It depends on the kid. About 90% of them don't really know what is going to happen.
Right.
So the first lesson, they're excited because they get to go swimming. And then all the kids like swimming. But then by lesson 2, they now know what's going to be expected of them. And then they're going to have to go underwater. And they don't have their floaties. And so it gets a little squirrely.
Right.
But then usually by the end, they're fine and excited.
Yeah. Okay. So what age would you recommend that people think about having swimming lessons for the child?
As early as possible. There are in the community, instructors who will start as young as 6 months.
Okay.
I personally don't do that because I'm not comfortable handling little wiggle worms. So I like them to be able to walk. But as soon as you can, and it's more so for their own safety, not just for swimming.
Yes.
In the bathtub, a bucket of water, there's different, things that are dangerous to the little kids. And so just having them all around protected with survival skills is really important.
Yeah, especially in Florida with all the pools that you have. There's so many pools that can happen so quickly. That you want to make sure that they're prepared for that. So, Well, if you had one tip that you could give somebody who's thinking about doing this with their child, or tip in general about swimming lessons, what would that be?
A tip would be to start now. Don't wait until next summer. Don't wait until you have that vacation. Start now. It will be better for everybody involved. It will be better for the child. It will be better for the parents, and it will be better for the instructor.
Great. Okay, well, let's just tell everybody how they can get in touch with you if they're interested in getting more information.
Okay, so I have a Facebook page. It's Taylor Made Swimmers, 3 words. And you can also email me at taylormadeswimmers@gmail.com.
Great. And then you have a Facebook page that they can go on as well.
Yes.
So, great. Awesome. Well, I appreciate a few minutes.
Yes, thank you.
Educating us on this important topic. And if anybody has any questions, they can reach out to either Becky, or if you need information because you can't find Becky, just let me know. I'll be happy to hook you up and get in touch with her. So it's great to talk with you today.
Yes, thank you.
We'll see everybody soon.
All right.
Have a great day, everyone.